today, no radio, no music, because we actually doing more of talking than just traveling. So around this area is called the avenues. On my left hand side is just a park, recreational park for people to ease up, having some fresh air, some fun. Now let's turn to the right, and as you can see, no traffic lights are working, and I've mastered the trick. So this road is actually one of the main roads known in Harare. Here there's your Nando's on the right. It's called Samora Machel. It's actually one of the busiest roads which cuts through the city of Harare. And here you find your fueling stations, hotels like this N1 hotel. There's one here, and there's one down the road all the way at the end, and find a number of offices as well, and some official offices. So the robot's not working. There is the police vehicle, so I'm just shooting through. Almost got in an accident because there's no traffic light. You just have to use your own brain and create your own traffic light in your head and follow its signals. If it misleads you, you are not on your own. You have everyone on your own. So yeah, this is Samora Machel, everyone. We have a quite big view here of the High Court of Zimbabwe on my right, and in front of me here, this is the RBZ, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe bank. This is where all the monetary policies happen and get passed at Parliament. So according to my research, this building was constructed or officially opened in 1997. So it's actually approaching into its third decade, and it's still looking beautiful and fly. It's really looking beautiful. So yeah, everyone, we are now in the CBD of Harare, and welcome. Just in front of me here is the footbridge. I have a story about this footbridge. Let me nicely stop here and talk about it, you know. So when this footbridge was constructed, ideally everyone thought this is for the safe passage of pedestrians passing through, going out there, doing their daily activities and daily businesses and stuff like that, you know. Only to find out later that this is actually a stand for a statue of the one of the late recognized national heroes or struggle fighters, should I say, in a more traditional way, called Nyakasikana or Mbuyanehanda. Although Mbuyanehanda is actually a spirit, which is a spirit medium, which is pretty much known to dwell on people, and at this present moment it was much on this statue which you can see here called Nyakasikana. So it actually came out that way. It's not actually a footbridge, it's actually a statue. So with all its four ways going onto it, one could think that why were people not allowed to pass through here and actually walk over it, and probably also get a touch or a glimpse or a view or probably some photos with the iconic young lady who passed away then fighting for this nation's freedom. But unfortunately no one is allowed on top there. That's why you can see there are always officials here directing traffic and manning their places, making sure that there is no infringement of anything, probably of the statue, because I can imagine that statue is of high value. If not mistaken, it was constructed at what, but I'm not sure, but it was actually a huge amount of money. it was a lump sum spent onto it. And even the material on this intersection flyover, you can see that it's a high quality material, very expensive metal and stuff. But unfortunately, they said no one is allowed to walk on top there, and no one is allowed to even get over there, take photos. So literally this is just a stand which was constructed to house the statue of the Mbuyane-Handa. Really, I struggle to find the sense of it. With all the materials money spent into it, this was gonna be a very good safe passage way for pedestrians to crisscross this busy intersection. But unfortunately, it's not that way. Anyway, let's proceed and let's go on and enjoy the tour of the city of Harare. As you can see, we are now in the main or the other main road called Seke Road. At the end there, whenever someone takes a photo of Harare, these palms, they always make a significant monument, should I say, of the identifier of the Harare town or city. So this is the CBD of Harare, everyone. So I'm gonna take a left turn here so that we can literally get to see more on this drive or tour which I'm doing here in the middle of Harare CBD. All right, so again, traffic lights not working here, but it's not clear. We're supposed to pass, so this combi driver decided to stop before me, and then I actually have to follow suit and stop as well. And then when we think it's safe to do so and it's necessary, then we definitely gonna take off, just like what this gentleman is about to do. We're taking off and we go. Right, you have your AK shops, TV sales. So this is Harare, everyone. Very busy one. Very busy town or city. Right, and now on my left side is actually the ex-parliament of Zimbabwe. This is where the parliamentarians used to actually hold their duties or do their activities before the new building was officially opened up in that other side of the countryside which I showed you. I think let's just get some juice here and then we proceed with our move around. Hello. Hey, unleaded. So I wanted some juice here, preferably unleaded, but they do not have unleaded fuel here. They actually have blend. So for my bike here, I usually prefer unleaded as per specs. But in some cases where there is no unleaded, we have no option. Really, you can't park the bike, or you can get stranded until you find someone to bring you 5 liters of unleaded. Sometimes we just compromise because there's nothing much we can do. But preferably, I always prefer using the unleaded or 95, you know. So here I'm gonna take a quick spin on this area, the bus terminus, or the rank rather, should I say. If you want to get on a bus going somewhere, this is your go-to area. This is where you have to come through and get your transport with easy. So the left one is actually people are getting excited. People are getting excited. So on the left is the local taxi rank. I think I should be very, very quick with my shoes, because if I stop for a bit, I draw a lot of attention. So on my left is the rank for the local, and then on the right is actually what is called the Rudy Pot the Rudiport taxi for the long distance taxis and everything. So yeah. So let's proceed. So yeah, this is the bus rank or terminus, should I say, where there's a lot of commuting and a bit of logistics happening around, you know. So now let's turn all the way back to where we wanted to go through. I just wanted to show you here the bus terminus. Bit of a bumpy road, but let's see if we can manage without diving on the ground. Yeah. Okay, so now let's go and continue with our tour. They are asking for some bang bang. I just gave it to them. Bang bang bang. So here we are, everyone. We are in the CBD of Harare, just cruising around, getting to see the city. And if you're an old resident, an old fella who used to stay here, come on, welcome back home. Enjoy the virtual tour of Harare. And yeah, it's always a fun time with me, Eddie the Man. On my right hand side here, they're selling flowers, and that's the other iconic place here. I think that's the one called Africa Unit Square, if not mistaken. And we have your Pick and Pay here on my left, and just behind me again on my left side you have your Mikkel's hotel. That's another big brother of the city there. You know, you can't mention Harare without passing through Mikkel's in your vocabulary. Again, robot's not working. We just sailed through. Yeah, we just treat it as if it's working. Just use your own logic. And the building you're seeing here, which looks like a gas stove top kind of thing, is actually called Joiner City. In this building here, which is I think about 25-story building, it houses a number of offices and some business sites and business outlets as well, food courts, the movies, the jewelry selling shops, and a whole lot of them, you know. So this is again one of the newer buildings were constructed since after the colonial era, you know. Still looking good and nice. I think it's actually one of the smartest buildings in the city, if not the best actually. Yeah. And here you have the footbridge, people crossing over, but still people prefer to use their own, to cross through the main roads, you know. So we're gonna take to the left, turn to the left rather, and then we get to see what is what. And we have your patrol police here in their van, moving around, doing their daily activities, managing situations, which is actually a good thing. You know, police visibility is actually a good thing. We need to see more police around here. But of course, when they're out there, let them do the honorable thing of protecting the citizens, maintaining peace and order, and not to terrorize or harass or disturb other citizens unnecessarily, you know. So we are still moving around, touring around Harare, and yeah, On the left is another big boy of the city here. This one is called East Gates Mall. If not mistaken, I think this is the only mall in Zimbabwe. And when I talk of mall, I mean a real mall. You know, there's a point where we can actually see maybe about 5, 6, 7 shops built up together and they name it a mall, which is literally not a mall. So at this moment in time, this is actually one of the biggest. Actually, that's the mall. That's the mall which we can think of or know of in Zimbabwe. You know, and on the right side there's more of a bit of informal or formal, or I think the right word is semi-formal market. There is also a bit of selling and buying happening in that building there, right? So on here we're gonna turn all the way to the right. You know, I don't have much history of Harare. I am just trying my best. I hope I'm not missing out on any critical information to share with you viewers out there. If anything, always feel free to pose a question, and we help each other. Thank you. So this is the peripheral of the city. This is where we actually have to turn back and go back into the city. This is the outbound road of the city. You know, out there on my left, you're now going to the industrial spaces, and further down, you're now going to the residential. Yes. So weird. Okay. So this is the peripheral road of the city. So what I've been showing you around is much of the uptown views. Now we're gonna go to the downtown side of it and get to see how things are down there. And as you can see, traffic is already starting to pile up as we moving across downtown, but yeah, I hope we're gonna have a safe passage on our tour and able to move around swiftly and navigate around places. Here it's the downtown road going downtown, and the mighty Mohammed Musa warehouse is just on my right hand side. You can't talk of wholesale in Zimbabwe without mentioning about the Mohammed Musa. You know, this is one of the giants who played a very critical role in the retail space as far as commerce and industries is concerned in Zimbabwe.